Oh, jeez. Supervisor's checking the preliminaries. Aren't you, bud? I don't know what you're doing, Mom. Gonna check out my toys, make sure they're there. You got a floppy fish. Got a little mousey that he loves to play with and throw into his water. He's been looking into the corners of the room lately. Geez, I hope there's no bugs or anything. Sometimes in the spring they'll come in. Oh, he's giving in. Gonna eat, huh? Alright. So am I. Bacon, green, bell pepper, eggs, and some buttered toast that's been in the fry pan. And coffee, of course. Oh boy, did I ever have a rough night. I was crying and hurting, and I just felt crappy. It just felt terrible. No, I didn't feel terrible. I just didn't feel good. And now my bones are hurting real bad. All my bones are hurting. Usually that means crappy weather. And as we're supposed to have rain the rest of the week, I probably might have something to do with it. Humidity is very high. It's been raining for weeks. And the barometric pressure has been going up and down a little bit. Oh, crazy. The thing that you saw at the beginning, this thing here, that is the, what did I call it? Platform that goes underneath that chair to lift it up high enough for me to get up out of it without a whole lot of trouble. 4 inches. A 4-inch extension makes all the difference. And you can use that out of context. Oh boy. That and little blue truck. Where did I put him? Oh, here it is. What I used in the middle of this was some foam that came packed around some product that Brian got from in a box delivered. You know, you order stuff and that comes. And it was a piece of foam. And I formed it kind of like a little truck. And then I put the foam clay over it. I don't think it ever really hardens all the way hard, but I'm going to be, I will probably use, I have a little baby rolling pin that I originally got for Felix, but he has one, so I'm just saving it for when Spencer's old enough to roll cookies out with Nana. But I can use it to roll out some foam clay, cover this up and smooth it out, and then let it dry and fix it up for a little blue truck. I know it's taking forever. Why do things take forever with me? I don't know. I kind of had an idea why things take forever. Because if you still have something to do, you have a reason to live. If you have nothing left to do, and nothing good's going on, you have no reason to live. That's kind of how my brain is. So, as long as I still have projects going, I'll be around, I guess. And I dare not die in the middle of a project. There are days, there are times, I not necessarily want to die, but I just don't want to be in this space and time. A lot of heavy sighing today. Probably so. Kitty cat went back in the other room. He's going to hang out and sleep. I heard the baby early this morning because I was up all night. He was up like, let's see, when did Mommy leave? 6:45 or something? Oh, I tell you, he was just full of energy this morning. Practically bouncing off the walls. And Daddy acts like a goofy clown to keep him entertained. I don't think you really need to entertain them as much as he thinks you need to entertain them like a clown. As he ages, he needs to know that life isn't all goofy goof. He knows there's time for fun, and he knows there's a time for imagining and creating and daydreaming and playing with your little toys as if they're real talking to each other. Brian's like, no, he's not going to be creative. Not the theater time. No. Like, where did you get that from? Well, if he wants to go into sports, I don't know anything about sports, but if he wants to go into sports, so be it, I guess. I'll let him. And I'm like, oh boy. Oh boy. When I talked to Scott, I said, you guys have any names picked out? I know you like Sophie for a girl's name. He said, that's one of the names we like. I said, how about a boy name? And he said they were thinking of Milo. And I said, really? Yeah. And I said, my grandma had a brother named Milo. My grandma was from a big farm family. And Milo was one of her brothers. And Milo, I think, means it's a type of grain. But it's a fine name. It's a fine name. And then I thought back to when Felix was going to be. They were thinking of Max or Leo, which are fine names. I like the name Max. But I said, what were you watching, the producers? Max and Leo Bloom and Max Bialystock. That's one of our favorite movies as well. The original with Zero Mostel. Yeah, you can't beat a Mel Brooks. Not at all. I have not seen a Mel Brooks movie that I didn't like. Some I like a little bit less than others, but maybe it's because I wasn't into that genre, like High Anxiety. But, everyone has their favorites. Before I get off on too much of a tangent, I'm just going to start working on stuff, and then you'll get to see it as I go along, I guess. Yeah, it's going to take forever and ever to cut this down to the right dimensions to make more of a circle than a big old square. And back in Missouri, sorry about the light there. Right, sorry about that. Back in Missouri, I had a garage, I had a back patio, I had a basement, and I had a lot more tools. I'm basically limited to a couple hand saws. I have a jigsaw that's half broken. The blade does not come out. It's melted in somehow. A drill. An orbital sander. That's it. That's all I got. But if anyone at home feels like, feels the itch to get something done or to do something, to make something, you can do it. It just takes a lot longer. If I had a chop saw, I could saw these angles. Can't do it here. Unless I know somebody that has all those cool tools and just takes all my stuff marked up already to them for them to chop up, which I don't know anyone, and I don't know if there is something around here like that, but I can hear Brian and Baby over there. They'll probably want to come over here, and I've got stuff laying all over. Sawdust and wood chips and knives and screws, and I don't want him getting hurt. I know they get bored. Believe me, I know. Taking care of a little guy is very tiring. Now I'm getting hot again. I don't know if it's really me getting hot or because I've been sawing, trying to watch stuff on TV while I'm doing this, like biography of Gene Kelly, the tap dancing guy. I got to the point where it's probably, how far along is it? Oh, it's almost over. But it's like, I can't stand it watching that. I've gone to 2 or 3 different things. I start watching, it's like, oh God, I can't stand it. I know I'm having depression, and it's getting bad. All my bones hurt so bad this morning. I'm sick to my stomach now because I ate a great big omelet. and all this tension and worry and stress and my stomach knotting up, and I just don't feel good. So I'm just going to keep plugging away, and maybe if I can get this thing done, maybe by tomorrow, maybe, I don't know, then I'll feel better. Just kind of disappointed in myself. I wish I could have done better for my kids. Them having to do everything the hard way really bothers me emotionally. You know, they weren't handed a car when they were 16. I did try to help them as much as I could. But I couldn't do much. And Brian said he would, and both of them said they were just sick and tired of being poor. Once you get down on the bottom rung of that ladder, people try to kick you off the ladder, and they don't want you getting any higher. They don't want any competition whatsoever. And sometimes people are on the ladder somewhere in the middle, somewhere toward the top, and something happens, a death in the family, or an injury, or an illness, where they get knocked down. They might be just clinging on to being able to survive at that bottom rung, which I did for years. And had I not known how to cook and how to reuse things, I don't know what would have happened. I'd have been in the street, I suppose. I don't ever want that. And I never wanted that. I never wanted my children taken away from me. So I fought very hard. And Brian said, oh, I want you to enjoy your life. Well, I can't. I can't. I've been in a mindset that's been totally different for so many years. I'm trying really hard. I'm trying to be a person. I'm trying not to be a jerk or a downer. But I think all I am to them is an embarrassment and a downer. I better get back to work. Italian movie on the TV? Oh, boy, I don't know. I'm going to try to take some of this outside between rain showers and use my jigsaw, but I don't know. It's a lot more than I bargained for. The chair looks poor and pathetic. And it's down on the ground. I think I'll just have to redo a platform. Because I'm just going to have to remake one from scratch, I think. Because trying to adjust the one I had is not working. Isn't that right? So graph paper, ruler, writing implement. Gonna have to try to figure out if I made the base an octagon instead of a square to begin with, what would my measurements have to be? I don't know if you can read this or not. Rain, rain, rain. 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m. Rain, rain, rain. It's gonna get down to 43 Fahrenheit. Sunrise at 6:50. What's it supposed to get up to tomorrow? Ooh, 48? No, this is not wonderfully sunny California. We're having rain. Yeah, that'll be nice and toasty. It's my body pillow, and which I like to kind of like snuggle up to. And even though I have an electric blanket, I've got a couple other blankets, a duvet, comforter, you know. Yeah, the whole day has been kind of a washout, literally, figuratively, whatever. I saw an ad for Jigsaw. It said Home Depot, so I went down to Home Depot, and it's the kind of thing you order and they deliver it to the store, or they can deliver it to your house. They don't have Black & Decker in the store. They have Milwaukee, Ryobi, Skill, but they don't have Black & Decker. And I thought, no, I'm just gonna try to figure this one out. The chair I sit in all the time is up on a platform, and it seems to be working okay so far. I don't know. I have laundry from a few days ago in a bucket, in a basket, it needs to be put away. Little man wanted to see me today. I could hear him at the door and everything, but I don't know. I'm just not, I'm not at that point. There's something wrong. And I got hot and cold a couple times. Now I'm feeling cold, so maybe there is something working on me. I don't know. So tomorrow is still going to be refrigerator cold. Anything under 60 degrees, my nose is cold and it stays there. I've been sneezing. It's chilly. It really is. And it's windy. We've got a wind advisory. Anything that's not down in the valley, I don't know how it is there, but we're halfway up to the mountains and all that, so we would have a lot of wind all the time. And oh, I don't know, man. Yeah. I don't even want to look a camera in the eye. I have trouble with that. I can hear baby upstairs. Maybe not. Maybe it's Brian and Ashley talking. I can hear them. If I really sit quietly and still, I could probably hear what they're saying. But I don't know, our family is so different than Ashley's family. Hers is quiet and reserved. Ours is loud and brash. And we jump in with both feet. So I think she's having a really hard time with me. And her mom passed away before I got to know her. So I really wanted to get to know her mom so I could understand everybody. I'm real big for understanding someone from the ground up. But unless I can contact an aunt or an uncle or somebody, or her old best friend or somebody, I'm not going to understand everything. It's just very awkward. Anyone that's a step-parent probably has that same feeling, you know. It's very awkward that you want to get to know these people. And would I fight for her right to do anything? And would I put myself in the way of danger for her? Yeah, I would. As far as I'm concerned, she's my kid too. What is life gonna do? I don't know. If we all knew what life was gonna do, would you still do your day-to-day stuff? Probably not, right? If you knew that you had 2 years to live, you might go nuts and run up credit card debt, and in 2 years croak and leave it to someone else to pay. So, I don't know. I say I don't know a lot, don't I? I do. Non so. I don't know. Non so. That's Italian. Ich weiß nicht. That's German. Klingon? I don't know that one. What was it in French? Oh, Scott told me. I can't remember. Maybe I'll have to learn to say upward and onward in different languages too, just for fun. You know, upward and onward.